Good day, family, friends, and enemies. Top of the morning is Sunday morning, and this is another session of Message from the Streets. And this session was actually inspired by a couple of videos or information I seen on Facebook this morning, and it was really disturbing. The two incidents which inspired this session of Message from the Streets, which is based on psychological insanity. So the first incident that I seen was a woman of color, so-called black woman, addressing her child, and she was actually chastising this child in a physical manner and was beating the child, and then the beating actually turned into an attack. And I thought that was just totally insane, the ferocious attack of this woman weighing close to, 180 to, maybe 200 pounds on this little sister that was probably like 9 or 10 years old. And the second incident was a news article. I don't know if it had any validity to it, but I seen it and it just made me sick to the stomach, disturbed. Two brothers, so-called black young teenagers, it looked like, accused of raping a 9-month-old child, and then had the nerve to film it, with their cell phones. So again, welcome to Message of the Streets. Psychological insanity is the topic, and I'm bringing this to all of our attentions because, over my years of just looking and observing, I have come to the conclusion that, the majority of the people, if not all of the people on the planet, have some type of psychological unbalance, and it's due to a variety of things, indoctrination, culture, imbalances of chemicals that have been produced by the artificial foods and all the chemicals that we consume on a daily basis, the air we breathe, the water that we drink, so forth and so on. So I just really wanted to express in these few moments that we should take a moment and do what is said in Narcotics Anonymous or AA, to take a moral inventory of ourselves and, look at how do we handle situations. Do we let our emotions take us into a psychological state of insanity? Do we get mad? And mad, when you look up the definition of mad, it means insane. So people become temporarily insane off of emotional generated thoughts, and we lose our minds. So one of the things that I've learned over the years is about self-control, self-discipline, and sometimes from the indoctrination perspective, this psychological insanity has been passed on from our parents and their parents because of a way of operating. Just because we have been taught a certain thing doesn't necessarily make it true. I'm not saying that it's not true, but time and the development of the human consciousness has revealed to me that we are created to make adjustments on the way that we operate. And some people right now today, they're keeping in a close range of understanding that they still operating like they're in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, how they deal with issues, how we deal with our children. And this is not psychological or mentally healthy for us to continue on to operate in a way that is not bringing about results that we will regret in the future. You can beat your children, you can curse them, you can abuse them to get the results that you prefer to have them produce. But all the time, we must remember that abuse, that anger, all the things that we had towards our children or towards even other adults, dealing with frequencies and energies of aggression. We have that inside of us. So for us to produce it or to operate in it, it must be inside of us, or it must be something that we have as a pool of resources, and we use these things, and they are dangerous when we do these things out of control. Like, I'm pretty sure the sister that I seen this morning, she's going to jail for sure for how she attacked that child. It looked like it was her daughter, possibly. I'm not sure. But if that footage get out to the authorities, she will be going to jail. And she lost control. So, one thing about this psychological disposition that we have with ourselves, we got to know that some of it is inherited, some of it is from DNA, some of it has arrived from our cultural cultivation, and all of these things can be addressed with thinking. You know, we don't have to respond to every situation in a defensive or aggressive type of manner. There's other ways to deal with, everyday occurrences. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the topic for this day is psychological insanity. And take a more inventory of yourself and see where in life that you may be operating in this insanity due to emotional inability to control your feelings towards a situation. I hope everybody have a great day, a blessed day, on purpose, with purpose. Peace.